What's up, 31 fam? How you doing? Welcome back to Horror 31, hosted by your punk rock dad. Today's video is kind of fun. I like to do top 10 lists. I did a top 5 list this time, and I'll explain why in just a second. This is the top 5 horror movies on Hulu. So the reason I did 5 is because I went through Hulu's list and they just didn't have an extensive library of horror films. It's a pretty small list compared to Prime, Netflix, even Tubi and things like that. So I went, instead of giving you a watered down list, I decided to pick 5 actual good movies and an honorable mention to throw in there with it. And so hopefully you'll be able to enjoy this video and get some ideas, and maybe it's movies you've already seen and you just want to go revisit them and you didn't know they were on Hulu. So let's get started. Thank you for your time. It's appreciated, man. I love doing this stuff. So we drop videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over here at Horror 31. Mondays are our B-movie Mondays, and then Wednesday and Friday is just kind of whatever I decide to do, a list or a movie review or something like that. And we do videos in between as well sometimes. So, but at least 3 times a week we'll drop a video over here. So please subscribe to the channel if you like that kind of thing. So, top 5 horror movies on Hulu. Number 5 is a movie we're probably all pretty familiar with. It is Jennifer's Body. Directed by Karen Kusama and starring Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried, Johnny Simmons, J.K. Simmons, and Adam Brody. Jennifer's Body is about a demonically possessed high school girl who kills her male classmates, with her best friend striving to stop her. It's a great movie, in my opinion. I like it a lot, and it's a very underrated girl power movie. Again, in my opinion, I like Megan's Body is what I almost said. I think that's a lot of the reason why people saw Jennifer's Body. But no, with Till Death coming out with Megan Fox in it recently, it revived my interest in Jennifer's Body, and I think Jennifer's Body is a far superior movie. A little bit cheesy in some of the CG graphics in the movie, but overall it's a great time, and it's a very underrated movie. It's a cult classic at this point, I think. Number 4, Youre Next. Directed by Adam Wingard and released in 2013, this movie cost only $1 million to make, and it brought in just under $30 million in the box office. So that right there should tell you a lot about the movie. Youre Next is about the Davisons, an upper-class family who are extremely wealthy but also estranged. In an attempt to mend their broken family ties, Aubrey and Paul Davison decide to celebrate their wedding anniversary by inviting their 4 children and their significant others to their weekend estate. The celebration gets off to a rocky start, but when crossbow-wielding assailants in animal masks suddenly attack the family, the Davisons must pull together or just die. Youre Next is one of those movies that came out and it kind of flew under the radar for a while, and then out of nowhere people just all of a sudden started realizing how absolutely fantastic this movie is. It's a home invasion movie kind of with a twist, and it is expertly crafted. I suggest you go watch this movie if you like slashers, home invasions, that kind of stuff. Number 3, the newest movie on this list, Saint Maud. Came out this January 2021. Saint Maud is a slow burn psychological thriller horror movie directed by Rose Glass. Maud is a reclusive young nurse whose impressionable demeanor causes her to pursue a pious path of Christian devotion after an obscure trauma. Now charged with the hospice care of Amanda, a retired dancer ravaged by cancer, Maud's fervent faith quickly inspires an obsessive conviction that she must save her ward's soul from eternal damnation, whatever the cost. So this movie is probably the most divisive movie on this list by a long shot. It is a very slow burn, and then the payoff is bananas. I won't tell you anything else about it except that it's slow, but the payoff is awesome. When I walked out of the theater, I thought, damn, for 80% of that movie, I wasn't sure. The last few minutes of it, I was completely shocked. You know what? I need to buy that one. Number 2 and number 1 I put at number 2 and number 1 on purpose. They're probably the least known movies on this list. I think it deserves some attention. Number 2 is I Saw the Devil. This is a Korean action horror movie. It's very violent. On a dark road, taxi driver Kyung Chul, it's probably Kyung Kool, I would imagine, comes across a scared female motorist stranded in a broken down vehicle. He pulls over, but not to help her. When the woman's head is discovered in a local river, her devastated fiance, Kim Soo-hyun, a trained secret agent, becomes obsessed with hunting down her killer. Once he finds the killer, things get twisted. After brutally beating the murderer, Kim lets him go free, and then a demented game of cat and mouse begins. This is probably one of the top 5 most violent movies that I've ever seen, and it's got an ending that you will never forget. Go watch I Saw the Devil, all the subtitle drama. Just go watch it. It is a fantastic movie. I got 2 honorable mentions. I won't even talk much about them because the first one The Last House on the Left. Last House on the Left, 1972, is on this at no cost. Go to watch that movie. It's awesome. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a very good assault revenge horror movie. And then there's one called Spontaneous that just recently came out. And it's got the young lady from 13 Reasons Why in it. And it's about a high school where a bunch of kids start to spontaneously explode. Yes, I said that. I meant that. Go watch this movie. It's cheeky. It's a youngster movie. It's, kind of corny at some points. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a good time. But the number 1 horror movie on Hulu, in my opinion right now, is Super Dark Times. Again, I put this one down there on number 1 because I thought it was very likely the least known movie on this list. Teenagers Zach and Josh have been best friends their whole lives, but when a gruesome accident leads to a cover-up, the secret drives a wedge between them and propels them down a rabbit hole of escalating paranoia and violence. I'll tell you no more about this movie. If I do, I will ruin something. So it's a very good movie. It's not what you expect. Go watch this movie. It is wonderful. Real quick, I'll run through the list one last time so you can write it down if you need to. Number 5, Jennifer's Body. Number 4, Youre Next. 3 is Saint Maud. Number 2 is I Saw the Devil. And number 1 is Super Dark Times with Last House on the Left, 1972 version, and Spontaneous being 2 honorable mentions. So that is the top 5 horror movies on Hulu at this point in time. That stuff could change any day. But if you got some time, go check out some of these movies. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you seen any of them? Which one's your favorite? Do you have one that I missed that I just didn't see on there? Because I really didn't see very many horror movies on Hulu right now. But it's the middle of summertime. It doesn't really surprise me. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Share this on social media if you have the time. I'd appreciate that too. Otherwise, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone else. All right? We'll see you later, everybody. Peace.